Hi everyone, today's video is going to be one that has been requested for a little bit. Sorry, my phone just decided to go off. And that is the best and worst cream eyeshadows. So I think last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, I made a video all about about why I love cream eyeshadows, because I really do, and I feel like they're a really cool and important step. And I got a couple of requests to do my favorite cream eyeshadows. Now, I will just go through every cream eyeshadow I have and tell you if I like it or if I don't. Now, I will say that about a year ago, well, like a few months ago, really, because it's November and I think it was in like June. So like 6 months ago, I did a declutter in which I got rid of a lot of things that I didn't like. So I'll go ahead and link my cream eyeshadow declutter there, because if you want to know some that I really didn't like and didn't even feel like were worth keeping, those will be in that video that I decluttered them. So besides that, let's just go ahead and get into it. First and foremost, of course, I have my 5 Malee Evercolor Shadow Sticks. I've done a full review of these, and I really, honestly, and truly love them. I like the shape of them. I like the color selection. I feel like they last on my lids all day. They do everything I could ever want a cream shadow to want. So if you're looking, they do everything I could ever want a cream shadow to do. If you're looking for some cream eyeshadows, these are at the top of my recommendation list. I also have the Ico Fat Eye Sticks. I have 3 of these. They used to sell a trio on Birchbox. I don't know if they do anymore. These are really nice. Again, they're really nicely pigmented. I like the shape, though. You can see that it's one of those like sticks, and as you use them, it does get fatter, and I guess the base, or when you've used it flat, is really fat, and I feel like that can become an issue. Again, I've done a full review of these. I don't know if I said that, but I have. I do like these. I think there's a good color selection. This smoky one is really black. I very, very rarely use this, but occasionally if I want to do a really dark smoky eye, I do like a black base. And again, I think these are really good. These are cheaper than the Malee ones, but so if you're interested in a cheaper option, these are really nice. I very recently got this from one of y'all's recommendations. This is the e.l.f. Molten Liquid Eyeshadow. I do really like this. So this is really a liquid eyeshadow. I think that's an accurate name for it. And you just take it, it's got a little wand, almost like a concealer, and you just rub it on your eyes. It is very gold, and it does, it's a nice base as far as, making your eyeshadows a little more gold and keeping your eyeshadows on there. I do feel like it's a little hard to control. I don't know. I thought this applicator would be really easy, but when I'm actually using it, I feel like, I end up getting gold places I don't necessarily want it. So that's my only downside, is the packaging, but this was like $2, so it's hard to complain about that. Next, I have 3 of the Stila Shimmer and Glows. So I count these as cream eyeshadows, and that's really how I use them. I think they're nice. I don't know. I know some people are really in love with these, and I just haven't gotten there yet. I have 3, Twig, Grace, and Kitten. Like I said, they're 3 minis, and I use them just like I use any other cream shadows. I think they're nice. I just don't know that I love them as much as other people enough to buy a full size. So like I have a few Glitter and Glow full sizes, so you can see there is a significant difference in the size. I just think they're fine. There are some really cool colors, especially that have come out recently, so maybe I'd be interested in buying some of those colors, but just these, I'm just kind of meh about them. This is by Milani, and it is the Shadow Eyes 12-Hour Wear eyeshadow in 01 Winter White. So I only have this one shade of this, and again, I do enjoy this. It is a good cream shadow. I think it can get slightly creasy, so it's not necessarily good as other ones, but it does a good job. I really like the white shade as a base for my inner corner highlight, because as you can see today, I like a really bright white poppin' inner corner highlight, and if I use a white base, it really gives me that effect that I like. And yeah, it's a good one. It's not quite as good as some of my higher end ones, but it's also a lot cheaper. So if you're looking for a drugstore option, I think this is a good one to go to. I have 2 of the LOC One and Done Shadow Sticks. These were with Tati. Well, it's weird. This one was with Tati, and I don't think they changed the names, but now they're not with Tati, which I think is kind of strange, and I don't really know the story with that. So first I have Out of Your Shell, and the other one I have is On Point. They're both beautiful shadows. Out of Your Shell, again, I like to use as a base for my inner corner highlight, or to just really brighten some shadows. And On Point is kind of like a nice taupey shade. It's really pretty as a base. They're both really nice. These are sharpenable pencils, so you can get a really nice point, and it's really easy to throw all over your lid. I don't really have anything bad to say about these. These are $10. They're kind of small, and so you might be like, oh, that's not the best deal for the price. And while I'm tempted to agree with you, I also think that, at least for me, I very, very rarely go through cream shadows, so these work. I like them. Next, I have 2 of the Laurent Mercier Caviar sticks. I have the shade Amethyst and the shade All Natural. These had their heyday on YouTube. I felt like everyone was talking about them and everyone was saying they're the absolute best. I do like them. I think they're very similar to the Malee ones. These are about $10 more, I want to say. I think these are about $30, whereas the Malee are about $22. I want to say that's correct. I don't know. I just have 2 minis. You can get minis a lot with a coupon code from Sephora. Y'all know I'm all about those coupon codes. So, yeah, Amethyst especially was a really famous one. They're really nice. They do the same thing as a lot of them. Again, they have a very similar format, I guess, as the Malee ones. So this is a really small pencil, so it never gets so fat that it's hard to work with. I like them. I like them a lot. They're just more expensive than the Malee ones, so I don't know that I'd recommend them just because the Malee ones are cheaper. I have a Chella Ivory Lace Highlighter. I feel like everyone got these in their Birchboxes when everyone had Birchboxes. This does not work as a good cream shadow, but I use it sometimes as an inner corner highlight base. It's fine. I wouldn't purchase it though. I have one Benefit cream shadow in the shade No Pressure. This is a really nice cream shadow, though I have found that I don't like the pots near as much as I like the sticks. I don't know why. For whatever reason, I just find that the sticks work better. I don't know as far as drying out. I really think that pots probably work better as far as drying out. I know a lot of people don't have had issues with drying out. I don't know if it's because I've always lived in the South. I have no idea why, but I just don't have that issue very much at all. I just keep them in my Alex 6 drawers, and they very, very rarely, if ever, dry out. So I do like this. I don't really know if they make them anymore, and I think it's a good cream eyeshadow. I just prefer a stick. This is the Cool Lids Cream Eyeshadow by Laura Geller. It is bright blue, and I was really intrigued by it. This format is not my favorite. I find that it's really messy. It's a liquid shadow, so you just squeeze it out in your hand and then you put it on with your finger. And I just don't love that format. I also don't feel like this adds near as much color as I would like, so I don't really recommend this guy at all. And I don't think they make those anymore. I got that on Haute Look a while ago when I still shopped on Haute Look, which I don't really anymore just because I find that some of those things can get kind of old. But you know, you do you, whatever. I have 2 of these CoverGirl Bombshell Shine Shadows. These, again, are no longer being made, I don't believe. I do like these. The format is my only issue, but I feel like they give a decent amount of color, though sometimes you have to kind of build it a little bit. It can get a little sheer, but it's really nice. And they do stay on your lids well and prevent creasing. I think these are much better than the Laura Geller one. So if you're looking for a liquid eyeshadow from the drugstore, these CoverGirl ones are nice. I just don't prefer that format anymore. I much prefer a pen. I have another potted one from H&M. This is in the shade Big Teal, and it is bright blue. This one I feel like is really dry, much drier than any of my others, so I don't think that's the best thing. It's not super expensive. H&M has some really good makeup, and I do enjoy them, especially their eyeshadows, but this is just okay. And I don't know, I have found that if I don't really like to use dark cream eyeshadows, I prefer like a lighter one. So maybe that's it too, this being a dark blue, I just don't reach for it very often. This, I don't know, I almost don't even count it as a cream eyeshadow, but I will. This is by Love Alpha, and it's in the shade 11. It's one of their like glitter, what is it called? Eye Color Freeze. I got this from Beauty Big Bang, and it's amazing. Now it has kind of shrunk down, and I don't know how long it's gonna last, but you put this on your eyes and you have this like beautiful like silvery blue glitter. I don't use it as I normally use cream eyeshadows. I use it more like a Stila glittering glow, where I just kind of put my eyeshadow and then put this on top of it. But this is amazing, and I'm a big fan of that. I have 2 of the Maybelline color tattoos. Everyone says these dry out, and again, I don't have that problem. The gold one, if we're being totally honest, is probably, I would say it's over 10 years old, so it's real dang old. And it just never really dried out for me. It started to dry out a little bit, and I just mixed it up, and it was totally fine. I haven't ever added anything to it, and I think these are good. I use a brush, and I put them on my lids. They're very nice, but again, I have found that I prefer a stick format, but if you don't, then these are good. They used to have shadows, or like collections of these shadows all the time, and they were like a really big deal, but people just kind of got over them. Like they kind of got over all cream shadows, so they don't make as many colors, but they are good if you find a color that you like. Okay, I got a few more. Oh, all right, I think that's it. I have one of these Nars Velvet Shadow Sticks in the shade Grand Largo. This was a limited edition shade, which is why I bought it, because I thought this shade was just beautiful. It's a bright icy blue. It's a great cream shadow color, and I was really excited about it. I don't love it. I find that it creases really badly, which is the exact opposite of what I want a cream shadow to do. So though I love this color, I don't think it's a very good cream shadow, and I wouldn't recommend those. Another thing that had its heyday on YouTube is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. I use this as a cream shadow, as an inner corner highlight base. I also use it occasionally as an all over shadow base if I want something to really pop. These are good. They can get a little thick, so I can see that it could maybe crease. I don't personally have that issue, but because of the thickness of the formula, I could see that it may happen. It's a sharpenable pencil. I like the pencil format, like I've said many times, and these are good, and they're not very expensive, and NYX has a boatload of colors. So if you're looking for an inexpensive cream shadow, I think these are nice. I have two of the Bare Minimals 5-in-1 cream shadows. So you're supposed to just put these all over your lid and be done. I never really got these. One of my shades is way too dark. The other one is a cool greeny shade, which I like. They have a little bit of glitter, almost like a micro glitter, so they're not like super shimmery, but if you look at them in just the right light, they have a little bit of glitter, you know what I'm saying? So that's neither here nor there. That's fine to me. But I felt like they creased a lot, so I'm not really a big fan, and I don't think they're that great, and I don't even believe they're made anymore. I have this thing, and I don't know, I probably shouldn't have it anymore. This is my City Color, and it's the white gold cream shadow. It is like a jelly consistency, and if you put it on your lid, it goes from white to like a bright gold. It's really pretty. I almost use these again, kind of like the Love Alpha, like a glitter over my shadow. I don't feel like it's a very good base at all, which is how I usually use cream shadows, but it does give a very impactful look when I pull it out. I should probably pull it out again because I just don't really grab for this, but it is nice, just not as like a base like I usually use cream shadows. And the last one is probably one of my newest. Well, the Malee are my newest, but besides that, this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. This is in the shade Light, so this does have some pigment, and it becomes completely opaque. And I believe they have a white, a black, a light, medium, and a dark. So they kind of have all your basic shades. And if you have like a deeper skin tone and this light wouldn't look very good on you, then you can choose quite a few other shades, which is always nice. I like this. I think it does a good job as far as making my shadows seem a little bit more pigmented and impactful. But I prefer a color. That's just a personal preference. This also has a doe foot applicator, which again, it's just not, I don't feel like I have as much control as I do with a stick. Maybe that's just like, I'm sure that's user error, but that's just the fact of the matter. I like a stick, but these are nice, and if you're looking for something that's like kind of a neutral shade, these work well. So those are all of my cream shadows. I have quite a few. I love cream shadows, and I do recommend you check them out if you want to add a little bit more zhuzh, I guess, to your eyeshadow look. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. As always, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, or comments, go ahead and leave those down below, and I'll just see y'all real soon. Bye.